For our second series on the first article, Truth, I believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth, we turn now to Luther's explanation as he continues on. He's got four main points to make. One, that in this truth, I believe in God the Father Almighty, we are recognizing our Creator God, the one who made everything that we see and still takes care of them. Second thought that he brings across is now we'll consider what it means that he preserves us. When we say, I believe in God the Father Almighty, we still see God preserving all things in the present. So he didn't just create everything and kind of set up things to take care of them, but he is with us intimately, still and visibly preserving all things day to day. I mean, if we were to withdraw his presence, everything would implode in a moment, disappear in an instant in judgment. So we read specifically that first article, Truth, with Luther's explanation on the second part, preservation. I believe in God the Father Almighty, maker of heaven and earth. What does this mean? Well, we believe he also gives me clothing and shoes, food and drink, house and home, wife and children, animals, land, and all I have. He richly and daily provides me with all that I need to support this body and life. So with this video and the next 5, so 6 total, we're going to be talking about the blessing of seeing life through this lens of knowing that God is still preserving me in all that I need for my body and life. And the consequences of not seeing this truth. The spiritual junk food we'll consume if we don't recognize this truth. We want to, again, eat healthily, right? So here's the question that I want you to consider today, and I'm going to read to you a scripture passage that backs up exactly how Luther explained that first article, Truth. Think about your most favorite things that are truly good, what we would call blessings. That's what the Bible calls good things, blessings. A good thing can be, well, I guess what non-believers would say just isn't connected to God. It's good to them, but who gave it? Well, who knows? Or maybe it's by my doing. A blessing recognizes, hey, this is good, and it alone comes from God. So I want you to think about your most favorite blessings, the best things that you have. Ever wonder where they come from? Take a moment after you name some blessings and explain how they all trace back to God. That's your challenge. You have to prove how they all go back to God. So maybe like we did last time with our last series, thinking about 3 proofs of God, I want you to think about 3 good things, or at least one good thing, okay? And explain how God gave that. By what means? How do we trace every good thing that we have back to God? Here's how we know every good and perfect thing comes from God. James 1:17 says, every good and perfect gift is from above, coming down from the Father of the heavenly lights, who does not change like shifting shadows. One other thought you could think about as you think of this truth, why is it so important to recognize every good thing you have? It comes from God and not something else. God's blessings on your conversation today on this first article, Truth.